Good evening and welcome to another You Matter Chat show with myself and a very distant Andy Leake, who's concentrating on something else at the moment. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
I don't know if you're bluffing it.
Hear you.
Can anyone? Is it? I don't know if he's having me on. But we were talking just.
Oh,
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
NMS can hear us both.
Okay. I'm saying my mics are working.
I'll lip read. Be all right. Thank you.
Could you generally not hear me?
No, I can't hear you. Talk slowly though, and make really obvious voice like that.
Well, what a great start to the show. So, weirdly, you could hear me 10 seconds ago.
I've lost Scott. I can't hear him.
This is going to be a difficult show,
volume
isn't
on.
it?
Let me just check my volume's working.
Could you hear the music?
Right, so my volume isn't working. Turn that off.
Right. I think we need to turn it to a restart.
Hold on. Let me have a look at my settings then, Scott, 'cause it might be me. Because I've got no volume on anything.
Well, while Andy's doing that, I'll just read through some of the comments I got already in the chat. So Linda Wood says, good luck, Scott. You can do it. I'm guessing you're referring to, I've promised to do a Rubik's Cube in less than 3 minutes, I said last week. So that's going to be quite tight. Rich Farlow, hi guys. Hi Rich, thank you for joining us. Andy, if he's looking a very straight face at the moment, it's because he's got no sound. Mate. And he's trying to get some sound back.
Hello, everybody.
NMS is with us. Andy says hi to everyone, but he can't hear you back. NMS says have a fiddle with your wires. Not that he can hear me, so I don't know why I'm talking to him. But Sam's joined us as well. Hello, Sam. Welcome. I think it's just a You Matter Chat show with me today. Andy's here for visuals. I'm just here for the actual banter and everything. So if I could talk to Andy, might help a little bit. So Andy's going to disappear and then he's going to come back. So you're stuck with me for a minute. So yeah, that's going to be fun for you, isn't it? Yeah, I think everyone can hear Andy. He's having problems hearing us. So how's everyone? How has your week's been so far, or how was last week? Should we say? Anybody got any stories for me and then they want to talk about? Because it'd be great, because at the moment I'm a one-man band. So has anything happened? I had a bit of a busy weekend. I think Andy's back and he's sticking his thumb up to me. Does that mean you've got sound?
I can hear you.
This is perfect. There we go. Because
turned it off on again, didn't I?
I was thinking without the main man, it's not going to be much of a show. So it's good to have you back.
As an IT manager, you should have said turn it off, turn it on again, and I would have known, wouldn't I?
I did say it a couple of times, but you couldn't hear me for some reason.
No, I don't know what was going to. I checked my Spotify and that wasn't playing either, so I don't know what happened there. Something turned my sound off, obviously, but whatever.
Yeah, what I was going to mention, and this for future, it's probably a bit boring for everyone else to hear, but in the settings tab, you can choose where your sound comes out of.
Yeah, it was on internal speakers. It was on my normal speakers, so I don't know. I don't know what, because I could hear you before, couldn't I? So I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, but you're back, and that's all that counts. We've got you here.
I'm back. I'm back.
While you're off, I was explaining to everyone that last week I made the bold statement of claiming that I can do the Rubik's Cube in less than 3 minutes.
3 minutes, wasn't it? Where's my timer? I've got a timer for this moment.
And what I didn't expect was that you were going to call me out on it and make me prove it.
I think it's important that it's important we hold up the integrity and the honesty of the show, Scott. To be honest,
but that made me nervous then because I'm thinking, oh God, what if I fail? What if
you won't fail.
I've never done it under such pressure before.
You won't fail, Scott. You won't fail.
Being timed at everyone looking. So, are we going to do it now or later on in the show?
It's the time to do when you're ready. If you've got to do a warm up, is there a warm up routine you need? Stretching? Do you want me to put some motivational music on?
A bit of stretching, mate.
Nice. Biceps.
Arm stretching.
Thumb.
Bit of fingers.
Yeah, nice.
Nice and nimble.
Nice. Well, we could just set it up. I'm just going to say a few hellos anyway because I haven't seen anybody yet. Because obviously, you're looking good, Scott. You got a sweat coming on there, mate. Are you ready?
I'm a little bit, mate. I'm getting nervous.
Have you got a drink? Have you got a drink at hand? Have you got time for that? Are you hydrated?
I haven't got time to drink, mate.
You haven't got time to drink. Okay. So, do you want a count down or a count up? And I'll just have it on my phone.
I think a count up because if I do fail, we want to see what time I actually did do it in. So if you count down, once it goes past 3, we don't really know much more. So a count up, I think, would be the.
I should just start it, and it will be a count up. But I'll show you that periodically rather than hold it in front of my phone.
Okay. So I'm gonna start mixing it up. I mean, there's got to be a bit of trust here because I am mixing it myself. But as you can probably see, I'm not doing it in any sort of pattern. They are just getting moved, flicked. I'm not counting anything.
So we've got 3 minutes to kill, guys, as well, once Scott starts. So if you want to talk about anything particular, let me know. I'm going to say hello to people who didn't get me because I was silent, obviously. And I'm going to do a little bit of an unknown review of a gentleman called Scott Jones, who I had the pleasure of listening to on Friday night.
Oh, wow. I don't know what makes me more nervous, the Rubiks Cube, or you're going to do a review about me?
To be fair, I've only just decided to do the review, so it'll be a complete hash anyway.
I was going to say this is the first I've heard of it, so
yeah, it's the first I've heard of it as well. It just came out my mouth, so it won't be arse, mate. Because it was very good. It was Jenny's birthday last Wednesday. I'll do all this. I'm going to go through your comments, guys, because we've got 3 minutes to fill.
Okay.
The lovely Scott. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm going to change my camera angle.
Okay. We've got professional.
So I think it will show off the Rubiks Cube a bit better. Again, just do a bit more of a mix up.
Stop.
Right, I'm ready then, mate. I'm at your mercy.
Okay then. So, ladies and gentlemen, Scott has committed last week that he can do the Rubik's Cube in under 3 minutes. Let's give him a go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And away you go, Scott. Clock has started. I'll hold that up periodically. Good evening to Linda. Keep your eye on Scott. Anybody watching, keep that cube where we can see it, young man. Keep that cube where we can see it. None of that cheating business going on. Good luck, Linda Wood says. Good luck, Scott. You can do it. Good evening, Rich Barlow. Good evening at NMS. I've had a fiddle with me wires. It's all working great now. Sam Geary. Good evening, Sam. Nice to see you. Lou Smith. Good evening, Lou. I hope you're well, Lou. Obviously, don't get to see all these people as often now that my daily show's gone, finished. But I know you're all still out there. NMS at Strange She Can Hear Us. Thanks, Scott. It's a big gig. Face is saying it's a big gig. Can he give it a miss? Forever the motivational speaker. Jenny Ball. Good evening, Jenny. Linda trusts you, Scott, with your mixing that you haven't fiddled it. Jenny Ball, it was a birthday last Wednesday. Happy belated birthday, Jenny. I think I actually sent you that via on the book. So I do try and say happy birthday to everybody. We just passed the minute mark, Scott. 1 minute and 4 seconds. Happy birthday for last Wednesday. Matt Calvin, it's his birthday in February. I know it's his birthday in February. We're looking forward to that already. Sarah Cole, good evening, Sarah. Sarah Cole of the NHS as well there, looking there. Liam Carroll, good evening, Liam. I love your profile picture, Liam. Makes me chuckle. It's like Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter. I thought I did, Jenny. Thank you for confirming that. 1 minute 30, Scott, just coming up to 1 minute 30. Anyway, just a quick one. I got 1 minute 30 to fill, or have I? Because he's looking like he's doing quite well there. I can see 2 lines of red from our camera angle. 2 lines of red and a square. He's very focused. Oh, we got a yellow. We've got a yellow side I can see from my camera angle, and it looks like 2 rows on the bottom. So we have a top And 2 rows at the bottom. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You're at 1 minute 53. 1 minute 10 seconds left. Happy days. Come on, Scott, hurry up. Face is getting bored. 2 minutes on the nail, mate. You've got a minute left. Can you do it inside 3 minutes? I went up the Harriers on Friday night to watch Kidderminster Harriers versus a Manchester United 11. It was a lovely evening. 3,000 people there, adding a little bit of revenue into the pot for Kiddie Harriers. And it was nice to have a nice atmospheric crowd. Game ended 2-2. It was an entertainment game for those that are interested. But I heard Scott, and it's the first time I've heard Scott since I've known who Scott is. So Scott was great. He was suited, he was booted, he was Harriers tied, he was on the pitch, he sang the national anthem, he sang happy birthday to somebody. He got all the foreigners' names right in the Manchester United under-23 side, and there was some right tongue-twisting names. But he was very good. He made one boo-boo, saying that the 600 Manchester fans from Manchester, we all know they were from 20 minutes down the road. None of them were from Manchester. But he corrected that later with just calling them away fans. Scott, you're at 2 minutes 53. You've got 7 seconds. Is he tricking us? He did look.
No, I made a mistake. I've had to restart at a certain point, but I'm almost back on track now.
Okay, well, you're doing really, really well. You're at 3:05, so still impressive. Makes it 20 million times better than I could do. He did look very smart. He's had some videos on Facebook. It was very good to hear his voice. He's obviously the main man up there doing the MCing. For those that aren't aware, he came on the pitch. He hosted the penalty crossbar competition, and there was a young girl in the penalty crossbar competition. I don't know, she was about 8. She hit the bar 2 out of 4 times. Really impressive. She got big cheers from the crowd. And it's boom, done, stop. There we go. Happy days. I'll take a couple of seconds off for my reaction. 3 minutes, 32 seconds we'll go with, because I'll knock a couple off for my reaction time. 32 seconds shy of the 3 minutes. To be honest, Scott, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
To be fair, if I hadn't have made that mistake, I was on track to do it in about 2.5 minutes.
Wow. Okay. So I'm impressed with that, mate. 2 minutes, 3 minutes 32. That's pretty good, and a mistake in the bargain as well, because you've got to remember where you were, I suppose, in your mistake, haven't you?
That was it. And I was too busy trying to listen to what was going on, and I lost my count.
Case of getting slated. There we go. Look, NMS saying she'd still be doing it tomorrow. Linda Woods, hurrah, Scott, well done. Jenny's saying, yeah, well done, Scott. Yeah, mate, we're all very impressed with that. Well done, Scott. Sam Geary, absolutely top job, mate. Top job, well done. You've got a bookend of a weekend, haven't you? You nailed the commentary with all them random Ujimi flop foreign names, triple barrels, 16 syllables per surname. You nailed them all. And there was one substitution that Man United did that made me laugh. It was Mr. I don't know, 16 syllable surname is being replaced by 17 syllable surname, and you nailed it. You did nail it, and I was like, fair play. He got it. Well done, Scott. Valerie Hall. Well done, Scott. Lou Smith. Sarah Cole would never be able to do it. Never. No. Never be able.
Yeah, going back to the names thing. Yeah, I've always learned if you just say it with confidence, then everyone thinks you're right, even if they're wrong. Just say it with confidence.
Yeah, nobody bought programs, so no one was going to check. Right?
No, and so yeah, it was actually a quite enjoyable game, to be honest. And I know we don't talk about football too much, but it's quite a big occasion to have even a Manchester United 11 in Kidderminster. There were some stars there for the future, some names that are up and coming. Even Robbie Savage's son made an appearance.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes, he came on as sub.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was entertaining. There's definitely so we don't do football, do we really? But there's definitely a thinking and a different level between the under-18s, 23s, even compared to the adult Harriers side. There's definitely a chasm of talent, practice, time, whatever it may be. But it was great to have them up there, and it was entertaining evening. Enjoyed it. Nice to spend some time with my boy as well, so it was good.
And I think what I took from that as well is obviously I'll go to a lot of like the Harriers games, things. But for that one, it brought a lot of sense of community as well. Like, there was a lot of people that don't normally go that came up, and everyone I spoke to that night was just having a good time. It wasn't, when we go for foot matches, normally it's quite serious, but it was a pre-season friendly, with some big opposition, and everyone was just enjoying it. Obviously, the scoreline was quite a good one in the end, but I don't think that many people cared too much about it. They were just there to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean,
for the club.
They had to delay the kickoff, didn't they? Because obviously we were outside still at kickoff. What was scheduled to be the kickoff time, there was still a double back, triple back queue obviously they may need to look at that entry system if the crowds get big up there. But nobody was moaning, nobody's complaining. It was raining. People were just waiting and doing their thing. It was a good atmosphere. So good on you, Kiddie. For
say that, the delayed kickoff was due to that Man United were stuck on the motorway, not because of the crowds outside.
Because I wasn't in yet.
It was because of you, but I don't. What the line we're going with was the Man United were late.
Because I thought it was because I wasn't in yet.
It was, but we don't want to advertise that.
3,000 people to see Andy 16 to watch the football. I mean, I get it. It's fine to go with that line, Scott. I'm got an ego, mate. I'm good with that. It's good.
That's the thing. And we don't want to put too much, like, we don't want people hating you because because kickoff was late because of you.
No, it's not. I don't like to be hated. I like to be liked. No patience.
If people got there early enough, then, like I was there at 5 o'clock, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've got a suit on and everything, haven't you? Suited and
I do have a suit on.
Looking very nice.
You've got to dress up for occasions, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to dress up. So I'm going to write down, Scott, 3 minutes 32. I'm going to give you 2 seconds for my reaction, as I said. So I'm expecting the next time we do it, we'll be easily under the 3 minutes.
The quickest I've done timed is 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
So we're expecting a 2 minutes 15, I think, because that's what these people rightly deserve. And that's it. That's what they rightly deserve. So what's anybody been doing this week? What's anybody doing? What have you done, Scott? Obviously, I saw you Friday night. First time I've seen you in the flesh in your side hustle, and I was very impressed. And you do the job very, very well. Yeah. So fair play. NMS at the bar.
I would say I had quite a busy weekend. I know I wasn't propping up the bar either. So Friday obviously we were at work all day, and then rushed off to the game. Left Agborough about 10:30, 11ish on the night, and then Saturday morning, I was up very early, and by 7 o'clock, I was on my travels to Blackpool. And then I joined my mate for his stag do.
Okay, I think I had a week.
And we had a stag night out in there. We did a bit of laser questing. I was rubbish, to be fair. We got the results back today, and it's like there was loads like achievements you can get, and like every person had like at least one achievement, apart from me. Had no achievements. There wasn't one for laziest player.
Laziest quest, was it?
Yeah, that's it. I'll put the lazy in laser. Yeah.
Yeah, you did put the lazy in laser. That's happy days. I had a nice weekend. So the weekend, did you, or did you come back on the Sunday morning?
So I then travelled back at 7 o'clock in the morning. Left Blackpool.
Yeah.
To go to a charity football game, which I was hosting in Albury. Where they were raising money for the NHS, and there's a bit of fun going on there, and there's like some fun events, and it ended up in like a football match going on. They had women dressed in like a sort of Mr. Motivator, no, not Mr. Motivator, like these sort of the Scouts tracksuits, sort of thing, and they were acting as the medics, and they were doing warm ups with the team and stuff like that. And it was all on going over Facebook Live, so that was quite a good event, and it raised quite a bit of money in the end for the NHS. And it's just a warm-up for a big night out they're doing at the Hawthorns ground. Okay. There's going to be loads of singers and a disco and everything on at night.
There's a lot going on in September, isn't there? There's a lot around here in September as well. I don't know when your Hawthorns thing is, but there's a lot of events coming up over the next. People trying to cram them in before the weather kills off, I suppose. That's it. Now that we can do all the things. So what's anybody else done? Because it's been Scott's had a Madden. Scott's going to be in bed by 9:30, quarter to 9. I think he'll be in bed.
That's why I wore this T-shirt tonight.
I've not said I'm just resting my eyes. Yeah, in case he falls asleep tonight. Yeah. He's already. So what's anybody else done the weekend? Anything interesting? Anything exciting?
So apart from going to watch the football and seeing performing, you almost got there. What else have you been up to?
Lots of walking, done some lovely walks, couple of lovely walks yesterday. Just been and found a new part of Wyre Forest, which I'd never walked in, to be fair. And we've been in the woods and the forest, and actually lay on the grass under the trees. It was great. Just this evening, we'd not long got back, to be fair. New part of the forest we hadn't found before, away from people. Happy days like that. And I'm going to do, well, I can talk about it now if you want, what's been my big event over the weekend.
Yes, we need your big event.
Well, my big event, and I'll just go in with it, Scott. Unless you do, I can do a review of this, and this is a spontaneous review as well.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So, Rachel kindly hired a rug doctor. Now, I've had the same carpets in my house since 2009 when I bought the house. So that's at 12. I worked this out 12 years thereabouts. So they're the same carpets throughout the house, and I've got a dog, and the lounge carpet's beige, and all that standard marks everywhere. You try to clean it with them brush things, and it just leaves rings. It cleans the bit, so your carpet looks minging. To be fair, it was clean, but it looked minging. So we are this rug doctor. Now, I've kept away from these things because I've been historically told they're really hard work. So yesterday, I did my lounge and what is now mine, but was my daughter's bedroom, which is a cheaper carpet in there, again, since 2009. Wow. All I've got to say is it's taken away a scratched an itch, a worry that I needed to replace my carpets and thinking I really need to replace my carpets because they are good for at least another 12 months. I'll probably do it again in 4-6 months' time. It's about 28 quid for 48 hours hire. Then it's about 10, 12 quid for a bottle of fluid. It wasn't hard work. Yeah, you've got to pull the thing, but it's not hard work that I was expecting. But I thought you've got to scrub and stuff. It's just like a giant, it blows out the liquid, it aggravates the carpet with a little roller, and then it vacuums up the water. Yes, it's time consuming, but it's not hard work in the sense that I thought it was going to be. So what I'd refrain from doing, I did my lounge, my bedroom, and we've done 2 bedrooms here at Rachel's today, and both of them, well, certainly for me, they've all come up lovely, but for me, it's taken away the thing. I need new carpets. I don't need new carpets. So I'll be doing that and those carpets, as I say, they're 12 years old, barefoot walking on them, got a dog, so I've got all that rubbish that you have to put up with. But they've come up ace, to be honest. So the rug doctor, we got it from Tesco's. You book it online, you go and fetch it, you unlock the little cabinet, you buy some fluids for it, and happy day. So I have to highly recommend, after years and years of avoiding it because everybody told me how much hard work they were, the rug doctor machine. If you've got carpets that are dirty, get a rug doctor. Spend a day on it. It's hard work because you've got to pull it very slowly, so it's a bit heavy, but it's not scrubbing. It's not hard work that I thought it was going to be. There does come with an attachment to do your upholstery, but ours didn't really work properly, and I feel that probably I'd want an upholstery company to do the upholstery. But the marks I tried it on, it got off, to be fair to it, again. So highly recommending the rug doctor and its associated equipment.
There we go, rug doctor. Andy Leake approved.
Andy Leake approved, yeah. Andy Leake approved. We seem to have had a lot of people not listening to me. I
noticed as soon as you started talking, everyone's like, right, let's shut him up. Let's put our comments in. So Sarah Cole has been on annual leave, but she's been decorating. It's horrible, isn't it, when you get annual leave, but you end up working in a different scenario.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's why we have a minute.
Lou Smith had an interview last week, but didn't get the position. Sad, but think it's not meant to be.
Absolutely, Lou.
Yeah, these things happen, and it's a lot of people always get really sort of stuck on it, but it's no reflection at all. You don't know the situation, what was going on, but yeah, just keep going for them and keep doing what you do. And the one that's ready for you, it'll be there, and you'll get it.
Yeah, I'll say this to people, myself included, because I've had some as well lately. The one thing you can't control is whether you get the job or not. You can do everything else. You can do the prep, you can wear the clothes, you can smile, you can be nice, you can be the expert at the situation, but you have no control whatsoever whether they give you the job. And that's something you've got to deal with.
Sometimes when I've been interviewing people for jobs, you might have 4 people that you think, do you know what, I'd give all 4 of them the job, but you've only got 1. So sometimes people do get let down, but actually, they did enough to get the job.
Yeah.
It's a margin sometimes that makes the difference. And it could be that one little thing that's out of your control that made a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So never look at interviews as being a negative thing. And you've always learned from it. You move on, you get better.
Absolutely.
But NMS has been stressing. She's had a COVID swab today. Got Bromsgrove Hospital tomorrow for mag seed fitting and a wire. then surgery on Thursday. Oh,
What's
not
that?
looking forward to it, but it needs to be done.
Okay, I don't want to go and ask Rachel, who's cooking tea, because she'd probably tell me what all that was. But what's mag seed fitting and wire? What's that all about? Sounds like you're going to have an horticultural job going on. Huh? So what's that, NMS, if you're able and willing to share what that is? If not, I will ask Rachel after this show, because she'll obviously know. Mag seed fitting and wire. I'd be interested if you're willing and happy to share, NMS, what that's all about.
Well, Face isn't having the best of times. It's got a COVID outbreak on his park. He's just had the call.
Oh, blimey. So does the park have to close down, or do you have to just isolate it and get a deep clean going on in a particular caravan? Ooh, that's going to be hard work tonight then.
I suppose it depends where they went. If they were they went to certain areas, it could be tricky.
Yeah.
John's with us. He's very late, but he's here now. Thanks for joining us, John. You'll keep everyone happy with knowing that you're here. They don't come for us, let's be honest. They don't come to watch us.
No, they don't. I wonder where John is. Yeah.
All we had that week when you weren't here, John, was, where's John? Where's John?
You want to see John? Is he all right? None of us cared, John, but
No, I have a week off. No one asks where I am.
No. So I'll have a week off and I just sit staring at the screen.
What I do when Andy's off, I'll just put a picture of him up or an old video and just talk to it.
Same difference, yeah. Do you know what? There's people who used to watch. I don't know whether I mentioned this last week. There was a young lady that I used to, on the Daily Show, I used to do all through lockdown, and a few of you will know who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to mention on here, although she'd be more than happy for me to, I'm sure. She was forever moaning about stuff, but she used to, one day particularly, because I used to rip her apart every week, and I used to have some right banter with her, some right fun. She was up for a laugh and everything, but I used to really pick on her in a nice way. But one day she was watching a feed from about 3 months ago, and she was shouting at me in the feed, "Why are you ignoring me? Why is no one speaking to me?" Because she was commenting on the feeds. It was notifying me because the feeds were uploaded at the end of every show. She was shouting at me. She was shouting at others in the audience. Why are people ignoring me? What have I done? What have I done? And in the end, everybody's laughing at her. In the end, I say, that feed's from like 2 months ago, whatever it was.
So that has happened a few times. We've had comments on things after the show is finished. But I think after a while, most people ask, I can't be bothered with them if they ignore me and they leave us.
Yeah.
So to catch up, NMS also got a carpet cleaner. It's a Bissell. It's really good, like hoovering, but you have to empty the water.
Yeah, that's what.
I think it's the same thing as I've seen them. Once they've been cleaned, they get dirty quicker. That's the problem. Yeah. There you go. I suppose it's because it's cleaner. It doesn't get dirty quick. It just shows more.
I can't believe literally my lounge isn't. I hoover regular, but there was marks all over it. But the water was black. It was unbelievable. The amount of dirt. Fantastic bit of kit. Highly recommend, as I say. Ace has got them in the caravan, so they must be worth having.
There we go. But yeah, NMS has answered the question, Andy. It's
yes, mate. Yeah.
To do with breast cancer.
Sorry to hear that, NMS, Nicola. That's really shit, being honest. And you are one of the. You've been there all through lockdown as part of my audience, I know, and you've been great on here. So I'm sure I can speak for Scott as well. But we wish you all the best in that recovery.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's not great news, sweetheart, and that's something that we don't want to hear. But hopefully, I'm just going to skip the other comments because I think she's put something else on there. Was diagnosed 5 weeks ago, but it's contained at the moment. So nasty bits removed Thursday. Then after I've healed, I have to have radiotherapy every day for 3 weeks. Yeah. Mag seed and wire is to make sure they get the right spot when they've removed the disease bits. Well, thoughts with you, NMS. And if anyone can take on this disease and beat it, then that's you. So you've got all our our thoughts. I'm not going to go negative on it, NMS, because you'll need all the positivity in the world. And I know you've got that. So we wish you all the best. And I'm really sorry to hear it as well.
Yeah. All our positive vibes are being sent over to you.
They are, yeah. Can see that, Sarah. Sorry to hear this. Nicola, sorry to hear this. Stay strong, Sarah. John, sorry to hear this. NMS, get well soon. Sam, echoing that. Stay safe, Chick Lou. Thank you. Hey, listen here, my bad boys ain't going nowhere. No, I'm sure they wouldn't have jars for them, would they? Wouldn't want them. They'd have to keep them in like the National History Museum or something. They got stories to tell. I bet you're bad boys, aren't they? But yeah, MMS, we do wish you all the best in that journey chapter that you've got to deal with.
Face has also said he's got a straw down in my van.
He doesn't have to be with it. John's got some big Stareport news to share if we want it, Scott. What do you think?
Do you know what? I want it. I want to hear it.
Scott wants to hear the big news, John. We will pause for a moment. We'll put some what can we have? Some what type of music do you need for that? You need high tension music, don't you?
You can use a Heart of Courage by 2 Stages of Hell. It's what we use at the Harriers. That's intense.
Heart of Courage by 2 Steps from Hell.
Yes.
No choir. That's it.
Yeah. There is a more intense one. It does pick up in a minute. Do you want the drum roll first? So I can go for the drum roll. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I know it now.
All right, then, John. So let's hear this Stareport news then. So we're getting clues to start with. We're not getting told straight away. We've got to try and work it out. So the clue is September the 10th, when my mum would be 99 if he's left us there. If
she'd lived.
Unless doesn't recognise that. If you want about the music, listen to it. It's a great piece.
It's called Heart of Courage by Thomas Bergenson.
Yeah, there's so the 2 stages from Hell is like the little group that use that sort of music. They've got a few that are really good pieces. There's another one as well that we use. I can't remember the name of that one though.
See, this is the thing when you got professional, you get all this incidental situational music at your beck and call. I mean, first, so clearly September the 10th, when my mum would have been 99 and I says, John, if she'd lived another day. I don't know. Is that clearly September the 10th, when my mum would have been 99 if?
No, I'm gonna see if I can find anything out.
Big news in Stareport on September with a clue of September the 10th. Anybody got any ideas of what John's big news in Stareport is based on his clue? Can you put his clue on the screen, Scott?
I can. Let's do it. There it is.
There we go.
If anybody knows, has any ideas, let's start brainstorming. So yeah, John said if she had lived. And then she would have been 99. I'm trying to see if I can find anything about that date.
Yeah, Scott's cheating.
I am cheating. I'm doing a bit of research.
September 10th, when my mum. So this is big news for Starport.
I think I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Because I had an idea, and I put it up to see, and what I was thinking of is on September the 10th.
Okay. Anybody else want to guess before Scott cheats his way to the win?
I didn't cheat. I used it to confirm my suspicions.
Yeah, good effort.
Yeah. Good effort. So there you go. The clue is September the 10th. When my mum would have been 99 if. And it says it's to do with the carnival. It might be, but that's not my answer.
No, John's put the answer there, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that's what I was going with. Jimmy Cricket at the Working Men's Club, plus full supporting cast. Yeah, so the supporting cast is May Marlon. So May Marion, sorry. And special guest is 60s favourite Graham James, formerly with the Union Gap. Will also be performing at that point.
The Union Gap. What do they sing? Let's have a look, because I can put Spotify on my phone. It doesn't affect the feed. Union Gap. Yeah, that's the one with Gary. What's it in it? Gary Puckett.
Jones, isn't it? I know that.
Gary Puckett, the Union Gap. I've got. That's it. That's this.
Get out of my mind. My love to you is way out of line. But young girl, you're much too young, girl. Yeah.
There we go. I knew. See, that confirmed there by our musical experts there, Face and NMS, both very good with their musical knowledge. NMS particularly if it's the Hollies, and Face particularly if it's ska, rude boy, and reggae related. So good effort there. Good effort. Wrong key, Scott.
That's the story of my life. I mean, as Andy might have mentioned earlier, so on Friday when we were at the football, it was the chairman's son's, well, so the owner's, I'm calling him chairman, the owner's son, 18th birthday, and he wanted to embarrass him a little bit. So we were going to play Happy Birthday over the tannoy and ask people to join in. The only problem was at that point, something had gone wrong, and I got the radio through my ear saying it won't play. We can't play. So I had to think on my toes. So I thought, all right, I'll start singing Happy Birthday, and when everybody joins in, I'll stop. Nobody joined in, so I ended up singing.
I did
it. There you go.
Yeah.
But I ended up singing all the way through Happy Birthday over a microphone to the biggest crowd we've had at Akbar for ages. Just halfway through, I was thinking, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Yeah. And again, that was in the wrong key as well. Then I was 2 keys too high, I think.
I'll tell you what happened to me, and it hasn't happened to me before, but apparently this is a bit of a thing on Friday night. I forgot about this. You mentioning that made me think about it. Apparently this is a bit of a thing in large groups, and especially when there's strangers in the group, like audiences or potentially lectures and classrooms and universities. Apparently it's a bit of a thing. I got an airdropped photo request. So I got William's iPhone wants to airdrop. Okay. While I'm sat at the ground with my lad, and that's the picture.
Okay.
All it comes up was William's phone wants to airdrop, and I looked at my lad and I said, "What's that?" And he was laughing. I said, "I'm just going to accept it." So I accepted it, and that was the photo I got. Through the powers of thinking they must be fairly close to me for it to be able to airdrop, and the advertising hoarding on the back. Yeah, I deciphered it was 3 lads sat up to the right of me, behind me. So I went up. Well, I said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to go and see them." So I climbed up the steps, these 3 lads, and they looked at me like a bit shit sort of thing, because I kept a straight face, and I just walked up to them and I went, "What you got on that sandwich?" And then I just showed them that, and they just crying, laughing. But they were like, because I stepped over the barriers and across, and one bloke moved out the way for me, and they were like that. And I just said, "What you got in your sandwich?" And then showed them the picture, and then they were just howling, laughing. But apparently, I was telling my daughter about it on Saturday. It's a thing. People do it when they're in random venues to strangers if it comes up on their phone.
I'll be honest, you're quite lucky you got away lightly there.
Yeah.
When you saw someone's airdropping you a picture, I was like, "Oh no, this is going to be carnage."
Yeah. Well, it was. I just said that, so I thought I'm going to go for it, and that's what it was. Their sandwich. But it obviously doesn't. Yeah.
If anybody knows of the random phantom sandwich picture senders, let us know. Andy would like to have a little reunion with them.
Yeah, no, I went up. They were young lads. They were probably in their late teens, but they were a bit sort of like looked at me. So I went hands straight and just climbed over the seats. Didn't even go down the aisle. And I was like, "What you got in your sandwich?" And they just like knew then that I was having a bit of banter. Like my lad was like, "Dad."
Dad, you're embarrassing me now.
But it was funny. AirDrop NMS, it's basically an iPhone thing where if you're close to somebody who's got their AirDrop turned on, it's quicker than WhatsApp. You can send a photo immediately, and it's quicker than WhatsApp and things like that. But it's only an iPhone or a Apple thing. Sarah Cole, thank you very much for popping in, Sarah. Have a lovely evening.
Yeah, see you, Sarah. Thanks you for and putting in a comment earlier. It's always good. We always love people commenting. So
We do.
Thank you. John also says, where is it? Oh, yeah. Did you do the squash, tomato, and stew version? Were they happy if they no? I was professional as ever, John.
He got his suit and tie on, John. Very professional.
Plus, I had the owner stood glaring at me as I was doing it, so I had to make sure it was done right. And also, I was just trying to get through it as quickly as I could so I could stop singing to 3,000 people. When you got a voice like mine, you don't want to be singing.
No, I'm going to show NMS how it works. So NMS, there's that picture they sent me. That little box there, if you press on that, look, you have an option to airdrop. And if you press that, it will tell you, like Rachel's just come up, she's in the room, that she's close to me and her airdrop is on. So I could send that to her and she gets it instantly rather than having to WhatsApp messages. So that's what you do. It's just an airdrop. You can send it to your computer if you use an Apple computer, or as I say, it's a useful thing if you're in close proximity because it's instantaneous. Yeah. There you go. Lessons as well.
Yeah, so that's a new segment of the show. Is OT lessons with Andy.
Yeah, Apple lessons, Andy. So I'm a bit of an Apple freak. I've got everything Apple.
See, we're opposites, right? I have nothing Apple. I can't stand Apple.
Yeah, no. I started getting into the family tree of Apple, and then I decided to change a few years ago, and I did it for 6 months, and in the end, I just had to buy myself out the contract because I hated it. I'm so used to having Apple since day one. That's all it is, really. It's just used to it.
Well, Fates is asking, as you're the expert, will it work on his Nokia 210?
No, it won't. Just stick to. Have you got Snake on a Nokia? That's got Snake on in it. Have you got Snake on, Face?
It would have Snake on it. All Nokias had snakes.
No, I did have Snake. Yeah. That was a great. I want to bring that back. To be fair, they should put that on phone because that was the ultimate time waster when it's Snake.
I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Snake 2 when you could go through the walls. I think it ruined it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got Snake 1 was insane.
Yeah, when you could come out the other side.
Yeah, I didn't like that as much.
Yeah, it was hard work as well. That was really having to guess where it was. Well, you sort of had to really try and measure where it was going to come out, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was, in one way it was a bit cheating, another way it made it a bit too difficult. Because I felt like, having the wall as a block, you could block yourself in easier, whereas if you can go through the wall, come out the other side, if you block yourself in, you could use that to get out of it. And but that's the first Snake. I do remember, though, actually, with Snake, going back to it, that there was a phone that came out. I think it was like the 6110 or something. And if someone else had the 6110, you could infrared opposite each other and play Snake together.
Yeah.
And that was like amazing that you could play. You'd be on your phone and someone else could be playing on their phone. You can see their Snake. Come on. The only problem with it was that if you because it was infrared, if you slightly lost, if you went out of sync a little bit like that, it would stop and you'd have to start again.
Yeah,
Matt, you'd be really far in the game. Sneeze, I shoot. Oh no!
It's just mad how technology's come on, and John's highlighting it there with the. Did you have the same problem of choice between a VHS, a Betamax, and a Philips back in the day? It just technology in the last 15 years has just accelerated phenomenally, hasn't it?
Yeah,
just absolutely ridiculous.
There's a good video somewhere on YouTube of a guy who's got like an old tape player, like a Sony portable tape player with headphones, and he's got a tape, and he gives them separately to his young kids, and basically says, "You got to work out to play this," and they're like, one they gobsmacked how big it is, and that you have it doesn't just play music straight off, and they can't work out how to use the tape at all.
Yeah, they kept looking at it, and they were
like,
yeah.
But they can do everything on computers, but they just don't know how to put a tape in there.
On the back of that, I've got a tape. I've got 2 tapes I want put onto disc. Does anybody know anybody that does that? So
there are things on the internet where you can send them off to. I'm not sure. I don't know anyone locally, but I'll be careful because me and Matty Paddock, who he's not popped in today with a Would You Rather, is he?
No, he hasn't.
No, we're missing him. But when we were doing a radio show, we used to do host the radio together. We had a really funny show at the time. We're both young and both going for it. And then days you can only record it onto tape. Then it started going to like MP3s and stuff. So he sent them off to a guy in America who could convert them to MP3s for us. The guy sent an email back saying, "Oh yeah, I've recorded this. I've listened to it. It's really funny," and all that. And then never sent us anything back. And we never had the tapes back or nothing. So all of their golden years when we were like, in our 20s, in the prime, have gone, just deleted.
There's got to be somewhere local that I can take it in rather than sending it anywhere. I don't really want to send them anywhere. They're actually tapes that of a band I was in that we actually did a studio session in Redditch, and I've also got some we recorded in somebody's cellar from 30 years ago. So I want to put them onto disc so I can give them the ex-band members because they often come up in conversation.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't send it to this American guy.
No, I shan't send him anywhere. There's got to be somewhere in Kiddie. I don't know where that place on Sutton Road by Brinton's Park, that audio place, does it?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, all it takes really is someone to have an old tape player that they can plug into.
USB,
the output you can plug into a laptop and record a box or anything like
that. Yeah.
It's just I don't think many people around have tape players anymore. That's the biggest problem.
I've got tapes of my dad on and from when I was 3, so I want them on disc so she can play them NMS there. Faces come on, technology's come on big time in Cornwall. They have a colour TV in the village now. Do they share it? Or
just one colour TV.
One colour. Is it in the local pub or something? Do you all have to go around and take it in turns to watch it? Could you watch Love Island on it? Because it's got to be down.
I'll be there. I'll be there for Love Island. It's getting good at the moment, mate. It's free. I mean,
come on. Well, then update us on Love Island. What's happening, Scott? Go on. You got 5 minutes.
Okay. So there's like loads of people in there that all think they're
good shape, John. Good shape.
Better than what they are. And they all think they're like really great and best people in the world. And then basically they're all after this 50 grand. And they're, they can't make up their minds basically. Yeah, they get 50 grand for winning Love Island, mate.
Being a dick.
Say yeah?
You get 50 grand for being a dick. I should get that.
Basically. Yeah. And basically, like, one day they're going, "Oh, I love you. You're the best thing ever. I can't imagine life without you." And then someone else will walk in a bit and they'll be like, "Oh, she's fit." And then they forget about the person they could never forget about, who they were going to be with forever. They're gone. And they move on to someone else. But then they realise that this person isn't what they thought, and they've not got that connection, apparently, after a day. And then they go back to the other person that they originally were, and they go like, "I made a mistake." And they go, "I'll never forgive you." That's it. And he goes, "I'll do everything I can to win you back." And within a day, she's forgiven them, and they're back together and are sleeping in the same bed and all stuff like that.
Look at that. Rachel's now stood up because she's going to go and put the telly on and press record. That's what's happened. She's gone over there now to put the planner ready. That's what's happened, Scott.
It's addictive, isn't it?
You've ruined me.
That is basically the gist of what's been happening. There's one guy who just can't make his mind up and changes his partner every day. And then the other guy was like, he's in the dughouse because he basically went to another villa for a couple of days and started lining up all the other women there. Came back to his missus. Love Island obviously outed him. She had a couple of videos. She said she would never forgive him. A day later, they're back hugging and kissing all day.
How long have they been on the?
It's been a while.
Yeah, but they, long enough to have that intensity of relationship.
Oh, mate. Apparently, within a day, that's it. They're madly in love, and say that there's a couple. They'll be together for 2 days, and then someone else comes in, and the bloke starts looking. All the girls starts looking at the bloke that's come in, and then the other partner is getting really sort of angry and sort of depressed about it, and you're thinking you've literally been together 2 days in a villa.
Terrifying.
They're acting like it's 7 years of marriage.
50 grand. 50 grand.
But that's why it makes great television.
What's a Jaywick version of Love Island? Is that a place, Jaywick face? I don't know, Jaywick. They should do a Jaywick version of Love Island. NMS. Sorry, that's Rachel's phone going off and she's not in the room. NMS, they are too immature. Jesus, even old adults have problems. She's running in the room, look now, because she's ruined the studio. This is a studio. We're on air. You can't leave your phone in here. We're on air.
That's a fine, isn't it? That's a fine.
That's fine. It's going to have to be a fine. I want extra chips.
Hang on, what do I get out of this?
I'll tell you what the chips are like next week. I'll do a review.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. That's good.
Oh, to be fair, she's on a diet, so I can't even have chips. They should be bombed, Lou Smith.
I mean, that's a bit extreme, Lou. I possibly might have to send the police around your house in a bit just to check a few things out, make sure everything's safe around there.
Yeah, things have changed since you were a youth, Andy. They don't mess about these days. They don't mess about, mate. That's for sure. I can't be doing that. We weren't very good at relationships in our youth, me and you were, to be fair. Google, the amount of rescue plans we've had to put into operation for each other, Face and I, way back many years ago. You have to put the rescue plans in.
You get them to ring you if the date's going bad. Is that...
I've had to jump in a van at 2 a.m. in the morning and get myself over to Sutton Coldfield and Solihull and all sorts to help that man out, and vice versa. Yeah. Bless us.
That's friendship. That's friendship.
It was friendship. That's what you do, though, when you're mates, and that's what you do with it. What's a ute? It's basically the slang for a youth, John. We had a token ute on the Daily Show I used to do. Token ute, who I met for the first time last Saturday, funnily enough. Met her for the first time last Saturday after 18 months of doing the show. She was the daughter of two of a couple that came on every day, and the daughter would come on occasionally when she could be able to get up. So we made her the token ute. I say token ute, she's 20, I think. But she was a lot younger than the mainstay of the audience. So I actually met her last Saturday, which is nice.
There we go. And that's a great thing, isn't it? Because like we've said before about this show, we talked to a lot of people on there. But like I've never really met anyone. I mean, including yourself, until a while ago, we'd never actually met.
No.
Until I popped some rock around here.
You did. You popped me a bit of rock. I like to see that. Nice for you to pop with something long and hard at my doorstep. It was a bit of a worry, but it was good.
I was going to get you some soft rock this time, but I didn't have chance. Didn't have time to stop to get any. To be fair,
I used a hectic weekend. Wasn't it my hectic weekend?
Yeah, it was there. Laser tag back, night out, home.
Laser tag. Happy days. Well, I've only got 4 more weeks off, I think, on the calculator. Well, what I'm going to do, I might buy the rug doctor again and do my stairs.
Go for it, mate. While you're off, you got to live the dream, innit?
Well, it's funny enough, I'd made a list of house things I wanted to do in the 6 weeks, like just touching paint up and all the little silly little things that needed around the house. And the one I put an asterisk by was clean carpets or get new, which I can't afford to get new. So I'm so pleased the cleaning worked. So that's a massive itch scratch, that is.
Well, NMS says, pair of buggers I can bet. I mean, I'd say that's pretty much a safe bet, to be fair, that Andy and Face were a pair of little buggers back in the day.
Yeah, we have to, those stories can stay stories.
I think that Face should come on one week and tell us a bit about the real Andy.
We could get Face on, actually. He'd be a good laugh. He's always up for a laugh, so he would be on there. He would be up to come on. And actually, Face could talk about... Face has got a great... To be fair, on a serious note, he's got a really good backstory life. He's got a very varied backstory life, but he's got a good one, which includes a lot of ska and music. So he knows people like the Specials. He knows them. He knows Rankin Roger. He knows Bad Manners. He knows Buster. He knows them, and he's done a lot of DJing and things in Ibiza. So he might have some stories that are applicable for our show.
Yeah, I was saying my fees over, says Face. That's fine, Grace, because Andy's said he'll cover them all. So Andy's way.
As long as it's chocolate, that's about all I can afford. A bar of chocolate at the minute.
We can chip in and send him a box of celebrations or something, can't we? We
could do, yeah. A box of heroes. He needs heroes, doesn't he?
He needs a hero.
He does need a hero.
He's old enough for the here in the morning.
Nice.
So that was in the wrong key again, wasn't it? Sorry, I apologise. Lou loves the summer holidays. Oh, so does Andy, because he doesn't have to do any work.
Well, it's the first one I've ever had, and I'm probably never going to have another one, so I'm making the most of it. I must tell you, Andy Leake, Tracy moved 5 weeks ago. Tracy. I'm guessing that's Tracy Morris. Guess who her new neighbours are? He tells a fab story. Franny. It's got to be Franny. So she's moved up to top north of Kidderminster then, obviously. So I'm guessing Franny, for those who don't know, Franny told 70, he sent me, handwritten, 76 stories from his youth, which I read out every day on the show. And boy, did that man, he's 60 now, have a youth. Did he have a youth? Oh, mate, I've never laughed so much to somebody's life.
He's got a good memory as well, by the sound of it. I mean,
he's got them all written down apparently, and his wife has said, "I'm trying to get him to write a book." He's got them all written down, and they are some crazy stories that are funny, really, really funny. How he's never been killed, I have no idea. Just from the stupidity, not through. There was a few things that were a bit trouble, but a lot of it was stupidity. Just he was in a gang in Bewdley, and he created the gang with 4 mates. And they were called the Westbourne Street Gang. And the initiation was you had to not flinch if somebody went to hit you on the head with an axe. And he was the gang. He started the gang. Right? But he forgot to flinch. And he got hit on the head with an axe. It's stuff like that. He got hit on the head with a for sale sign. He took some kids from a school where he was working, some underprivileged children, and the school said, you can't take them camping, so I want to take them camping, give them a chance and all that good stuff. He took them. They caused 70 grand's worth of damage, ripping the roof tiles off and smashing all the cars below. It's just it's a chaotic life he's got from. He got the whole of the Talbot in Bewdley doing the die and fly in the high street, stopping the traffic. Remember the die and fly from Tiswas? And you lay on your back. Yeah. He had to go to court because of it. And the judge had never seen it, so he had to do it in court. And it was in the shuttle. It's got a picture of him lying on his back in the shuttle, and he's interviewed for the story, which him and his mates got an English breakfast from the shuttle reporter to tell them the story. Yeah, he's just got a life that's you just laugh completely, hysterically. How he got away with it and how he hasn't been seriously injured, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like it could be a top-seller book.
It's great. I mean, I picked out some that come to mind, but I had 76, I think I had off him every day. He'd send me a new one, and it was just, some of them were hysterical. And Faisal mentioned them, NMS will know them. They're just hysterical, some of them. Yeah,
that's brilliant. Well, we are coming to the end of the show very, very shortly. So if you've got anything you want to say, get it in now, because within 1 minute you're going to be thinking, I wish I'd have said something a minute ago.
Oh, Lou's got a swimming pool. Happy day, Lou. Nice to have yourself a swimming pool. Good for you. I hope it's long and not deep. That's always the best thing. Swimming pool.
Should have said that, Lou. I'll be coming round now. I know where you live.
Yeah. So outside
I'll be outside in my swimming in my speedos.
His red inflatable thing, thinking he's David Hassel. Good night, Lou. Thank you very much. Thank you, Linda. It's been a great show. Yeah, NMS just relating to one of Franny's stories again there, the cooking of his mum's sausage on the hard shoulder. They stopped and had a picnic on the hard shoulder, had a barbecue on the way down because they just all wanted to stop. So they stopped on the hard shoulder and had a barbecue on holiday. But yeah, that was one of
the sort of life that everybody wants to live, but nobody ever actually does.
I've actually got all the stories, and I will ask him if he'll let me share some on here, because I used to read them out cold. So he'd send them me, but I'd only read them out live, and I'd be crying because I'd be reading them out live. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be great if you'd come on the show as well as you were reading them out.
Oh, he's ace. He's a top bloke.
We could ask him the thought process and it all.
Honestly, mate, some of his stories are mental, absolutely mental. You just think, how did he get away with that? But all good and all good fun, and no one was hurt or seriously injured, so that's all good thing. I had a couple actually where there was some, but that wasn't any fault of his. Okay, so good night, Sam. Thanks for tonight's show. It's been a pleasure, Sam. It's been really good again tonight. Really enjoyed that as well. An hour. Never whistle with a mouthful of custard. Nice. JR's off. Last to arrive, last to leave. Ta-ta. See you, John. Thanks very much for your input too.
Yes, cheers, John. Thank you again for joining us as you do every week. So it was a pleasure having you in the comments. And the same for everyone else that joins us every week. NMS, Grace is always there. Yeah, Linda's always around. Lou always pops in. It's what keeps us going. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thanks for joining us.
Keep supporting NMS and all the best. Obviously, just reflecting back on that as well. I hope everything goes well this week for you. Yeah.
Definitely echo those sentiments. Last O'Brien's face. Remember when we saw someone praying on the hard shoulder? And NMS says, thanks, guys. You cheered me up.
Keep it chin up, girlie. You've got this.
That is what we try to do. So I'm glad if it's worked for you.
Yeah.
Don't forget then, next Monday we'll be back from 7:30. If anybody's around, actually on Friday, I'm going to do a selfish plug here and say that I'm doing a quiz online. Just go onto Worcestershire Smartphone Quizzing Facebook page and have a look on there for the details of how to join. It's all answered on your phone, so you don't have to type anything in. You just press buttons relating to the questions that I've asked. If anyone wants to get out, I have got some dates up and coming as well. They're also on the page, so check them out.
That's what it looks like. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's going to show the app because you can download. You need to download the app on your phone.
You do, and all the details on how to download it on the page as well. And it will show you there. So you just choose your quiz name.
That's the app. The app.
That's going for a Quisteria.
The app looks like that when you get it from the store. It's that emblem there.
And make sure it says live on it because there's one with a similar emblem that they use for the pubs, and it doesn't say live. So make sure it says Speed Quiz and Live, and you have the pin code option. Once you get that, the pin code will be on the quiz. So just join it, and then you'll see the pin code on there. So choose. Hopefully, we'll see something on there. If you're brainy, good. If you're not, then just have some fun anyway. Andy does.
I do. Yeah.
So, right, everyone, thank you for joining us. It's a good night from me, and I'm sure it's a good night from Andy.
It is. Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.